What is good? Diamond Dynasty, baby. Welcome back to another motherfucking video.
There's a lot of girls with me right now. Got a lot of drugs with me right now. But I'd rather just
Let's not go too soon now.
I feel the same. And a lot of girls say they might not. I would rather pass that one to you, like we used to do.
And today, baby, y'all already know what we're getting into today. As you guys can see, baby, we got Lil Durk right here, okay? We got my boy Conscious X coming out with a video on this, and it's so funny. When I seen this happen with Lil Durk, and I seen the picture of him in the hospital with his eye patch like this, I said, this is freaking Illuminati. This is some type of ritual. This is some type of, I don't know what happened, but we finna find out with Conscious X, all right? Let's get into the video without further ado. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell that ain't your mama, tell that Uncle Joey still a hoe. Let's get right into the video, man. Let's get it. If you like content like this, go subscribe to Conscious X. The original video is in the description down below. Let's get it.
What's up, everyone? So today I just wanted to make this quick video about Lil Durk because recently he was performing in Chicago and something exploded on stage and apparently he got an eye injury. And if you're aware of symbolism, then obviously you guys can see the symbolism with this because all of this was staged. Normally these shows are very structured and professional, you know what I mean? So why would this thing accidentally blow up on stage while he's performing? You know, all of this is scripted and I'm gonna show you guys why. But before I get into that, I'll play the video for you guys right now.
I don't know if y'all are from the new school or the old school, but there was an artist called Houston who exposes like the eye ritual and all of that stuff too. Yeah, it gets crazy, y'all. It really gets crazy. August Alsina had eye problems and shit. Y'all just have to realize there's more to this story.
Loaded and it damaged his eye. So like I said, all of this is scripted because what are the chances that it hits his eye out of all the places in his body?
One eye.
And this is a big ritual. You know, they're doing mockery in plain sight. The fact that it's an eye injury and it damaged his eye. So he posted this picture and obviously you guys can see that he's doing one eye symbolism in plain sight. And everything is double speak. You know, some people are just going to think it's a coincidence that they're covering one eye because he got an eye injury. But it's deeper than that. Everything they do has double meaning. And everything that happens to them is scripted. So all of this was scripted to put it right in your face. And I really wanted to explain the one eye symbolism in this video because I mention it in a lot of my videos and sometimes people are confused as to what I mean by that. So I'm going to explain the one eye symbolism to you guys. But first I want to read this caption that he wrote so that I can show you guys how scripted everything is. So he said, due to the incident that happened at Lollapalooza in Chicago on stage, I'm gonna take a break and focus on my health. I finished my performance yesterday for my fans. I appreciate y'all. So one thing I want to say is I recommend you guys watch my Beyonce video that I dropped 2 days ago because I explained to you guys the true meaning behind fans and fan bases and stuff like that. You know, it's all an analogy from bees and beehives. So I recommend you guys check that out. But anyways, let's break down this caption. So notice that this happened at Lollapalooza. So I checked the gematria and I noticed that Lollapalooza equals 138, just like American Rapper and Death. So this is 100% scripted. This venue is called Lollapalooza for a reason because they have a lot of American rappers. So that's why it matches up with American Rapper. And obviously Death equals 38 in the same cipher. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody dies at one of these shows in Lollapalooza one of these years. So that's why I don't recommend going to these shows because a lot of times they have a lot of things scripted and you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And all of their shows are big energy harvest rituals. So they get all of this energy from everybody that's there. So I don't really recommend going to shows Go watch my video about Travis Scott because I
That
explained
was
all of
wild.
that.
That
But
was
anyways,
wild.
let's move on. So I also noticed that Lollapalooza equals 48, just like homicide. So once again, Lollapalooza is really connected to death. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of these years somebody ends up dying at a Lollapalooza show. Alright, so this is big mockery, man. I feel like if more people knew about symbolism, then they would understand how deep this actually goes, because they are doing straight up mockery with this. You know, the fact that this picture was posted everywhere and nobody saw the symbolism behind it really goes to show how ignorant people are to symbolism, and that's why they keep getting away with it. So I really recommend that you guys do your research on symbolism, and I don't recommend looking it up online. You know, I tried doing research about this stuff online and I couldn't find anything that was valid. So I bought some books on symbolism and I really did a lot of research to really find out what it means. So I'm going to break that down in this video. So the eye symbolism dates all the way back to the Eye of Horus from ancient Egypt. And this is like the oldest record we have of this symbol being used. And it started off as the Eye of Horus. So there's two eyes. There's the Eye of Ra and the Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus is the left eye, and the Eye of Ra is the right eye. So if you notice in this picture, he's covering the right eye, which means he's showing the Eye of Horus. From our perspective, the eye on the right is showing, but it's actually his left eye if you were in his perspective. So that's his left eye, which means he's doing the Eye of Horus symbolism. And the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra have different meanings, but overall it's the same thing. But if you notice, most of the time they love showing the Eye of Horus. So the Eye of Horus is the left eye, and that's probably why Lisa Left Eye
I was just about to say
named
that.
herself Left Eye, because her name is referencing the Eye of Horus. So that's just one example, but you're going to see with every single celebrity, they all reference the Eye of Horus. So the Eye of Horus originally had a positive meaning, you know, like intuition, healing.
And that's what I be telling you guys, man. With this symbolism, you have to know that there's always a negative and a positive, a light and a dark, all right? It's all about the intention that you put behind it, or that is put behind it. The person using the symbolism. Is it negative intention or is it positive intention? All right, so you can't just look at a peace sign and be like, oh, you know, that's Illuminati. It's all about the intention behind it, because every symbol, guys, every symbol has a double meaning.
And stuff like that. So overall, it's a positive symbol, but when celebrities use it, they're not using it for that reason. So that's what this paragraph explains. Most recently, the Eye of Horus has been used by occultists such as the Thelemists, who considered the date 1904 to be the start of the Age of Horus. Thelemic thought belongs to a religious cult developed by English occultist Aleister Crowley in the early 20th century, in which do what thou wilt.
That was one wicked dude too, Aleister Crowley.
I'm going to make a video about Aleister Crowley on my Patreon.
Jay-Z has Aleister Crowley shirts, do what thou wilt.
Because there's so many things
all
I want to break
satanic,
down
demonic.
with that character. So if you guys are interested in that, the link to my Patreon is in the description below. And then it says, the Illuminati, who some believe to be the secret power behind many businesses and governments today, also use the eye as a symbol of control of knowledge, illusion, manipulation, and power. So if you guys watch my video about Young Thug, I was explaining to you guys that it's deeper than the Illuminati. The Illuminati is just one organization. You know, there's so many of them. But overall, the Jesuits are actually one of the biggest organizations. So go watch my Young Thug video. The link will be in the description below, because I really broke it down in that video. So anyways, the key point here is that the eye is a symbol of control of knowledge, illusion, manipulation, and power. So I'm going to zoom in for you guys right there so you guys can read it. The eye is often depicted within a triangle as a symbol of magical power, and it appears that the all-seeing eye is one of the most potent symbols of the power of divine knowledge.
So basically, they use a positive sign for their own negative, sick-ass, twisted agendas, all right, and negative intentions.
So that's why on the back of the dollar bill, they have the all-seeing eye with a triangle. And notice how the triangle is separated from the pyramid itself. This symbolizes that they are taking the divine knowledge and keeping it away from you. You know, so the dollar bill is pure mockery. They're putting it right in your face that they stole the knowledge and they're keeping it hidden from you. But at the end of the day, anybody can have access to this knowledge.
You have to go within, y'all. You have to meditate. You have to get in tune and tap in with your inner potential, guys. All of it is inside of us. They want us to believe that true happiness and abundance and all of that is outside of ourselves when all of that shit is within us, you know?
You just really have to learn symbolism and using context clues to really figure out what they're doing. So overall, these symbols that they use are magic and they cast spells on people. So Durk is literally doing magic in front of our faces. And a lot of people don't even notice that. So notice that it also said that the all-seeing eye is a symbol of power and illusion. So all of this is an illusion. You know, celebrities are
this
just
whole
an
world
illusion.
Is.
They're not actually real people, and I'm going to break that down for you guys. Because Durk is a perfect example of a celebrity that is not real, and they get a lot of power from this. So on the back of the dollar bill, you know, it has the eye with the triangle, and then it says Annuit Coeptis. And I looked it up, and Annuit Coeptis is one of the two mottos on the reverse side of the Great Seal of the United States. The literal translation is "He favors our undertakings." And apparently by he they mean God, but we don't know which God they're referring to because there's so many deities out there. So they're most likely referring to an evil deity.
All right, so before we close up this video, I want to show you guys this artist named Houston. When I was growing up, he had a hit song called I Like That. He was kind of a one-hit wonder. He was there, then he wasn't there anymore. And in the recent years, I actually came across some videos of him basically explaining how wicked the industry is and how, you know, whatever he did, whatever deal he signed, or whatever he got into, actually made him gouge out his eye. So let's go ahead and get into this video, y'all.
According to one of his managers, during his trip abroad, he was carrying a Bible and doing abnormal things. In February 2005, while in London, he allegedly tried to take his own life by jumping from a 13th floor window at his hotel. Luckily, his security personnel stopped him. His team moved him to a lower floor to prevent another attempt, and he was locked in his room for his own safety. His bodyguard spoke to MTV and explained the entire team eventually went out for dinner. Upon returning to the hotel, Houston went to his room to read the Bible, which he did often. When the bodyguard went to check on him, he noticed Houston lying on the bed with a towel covering his face and red fluid on the floor. He asked Houston if the fluid came from his nose, and Houston said yes. Houston then told him everything was fine and added, "I will see you in the morning. I can't wait to get back to LA with my family." The bodyguard wasn't convinced. He walked over to Houston, removed the towel from his face, and noticed the most horrific eye injury. The bodyguard told MTV he showed no pain and he had no remorse. He said he had to do it. He said that had freed him from everything.
That's crazy, guys. What do y'all think happened to him? Like, what do you guys think made him do that to his own eye? Like, take his whole eye out, gouge his own eye out, y'all. Bodyguard said he showed no pain, he had no remorse, he had to do it. He said that it had freed him from everything. So was there some type of curse over that eye? Or like, you know, was there a demon inside that eye? Like, what is it? What was it, guys? You know, I would really like to know.
Had to do it. He said that had freed him from everything. The bodyguard explained Houston had been going through spiritual warfare. After signing his record deal, Houston had been subjected to, in his own words, sins and devils in the business, like substances, alcohol, and a lot of things he wasn't used to due to his Christian upbringing. Houston's sister, Billy Summers, shaded his management team and claimed they were no longer involved in his career and were just trying to slander his name by accusing him of trying to take his own life. His sister said Houston would never do such a thing. As a Christian, he knew that if he were to hurt himself, he would be doomed. His sister said the injury was an accident. She added, "He's not depressed, on any medications, or under any psychiatric care."
And that's the thing, that these industry people, they will basically have the world believe that you are crazy, all right? That you have a medical condition, that you are depressed, or whatever the case may be, to, you know, fit a narrative that they want the people to believe.
She also revealed
So possibly, maybe it wasn't him that did it. Maybe it was a demon. I don't know. Maybe something took him over for him to do that, because that's crazy as hell. Like, I can't imagine me stabbing myself in the eye or, like, really, like, gouging my eye out to the point to where it's bleeding and all of this. Like,
had surgery on his eye and asked everyone for their prayers.
And the fact that this man was carrying around a Bible, like he was going through some real deal stuff that the industry was putting him through, man.
There was much more to the story, though. The two former managers told MTV Houston's family was detrimental to his life and finances. With some urging from his mom, Houston declined the publishing deal that his managers begged him to take. Houston also missed other opportunities, and his manager said he should have been living in a nice house and driving a nice car. But instead, Houston was living in a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 other people who, quote, spent all his money. While recuperating at his LA home, Houston told Today, "I still love all my fans. Please pray for me and know I'll be back with some more hits."
That man did not want to sell his soul, y'all. He did not want to go any deeper into the wickedness of the industry. That's just really what it is.
According to News One, he was then sent to a mental health facility for a year for observation and treatment. He popped up in 2008 to appear on Hood News. He announced he was no longer with Capitol Records and removed his glasses to show he had lost his eye. When the interviewer asked what really happened to him on the night he received his injury, Houston said, "There's too many Fruit Loops in the Hollywood scene, so I stay in the background. When it comes to taking you someplace and making you do something and sugarcoating it, I say no to it." Houston added he had to get out of the industry because he couldn't put out the music he wanted, dress like he wanted, nor act the way he wanted. He also announced he had started...
Because you are just a slave. You are just a puppet at that point, you know. They tell you what to do, what to wear, what agenda they're trying to go with, and you have to be that.
...a movement to stop men from losing their manhood and being taken advantage of while incarcerated, and encouraged everyone to keep Christ in their lives. He re-emerged in May 2012 when TMZ reported he was pulled over for driving erratically near Malibu, California. The officers noticed a distinctive odor coming from his car. He was detained on suspicion of DUI and released the next day. According to TMZ, in March 2013, the DUI charge was dropped to a minor traffic infraction, and his $100 fine was also suspended without any explanation. Unfortunately, we haven't heard anything about him over the past few years, and he doesn't appear to be on social media. Even his artist YouTube channel has been completely removed.
That's crazy, man. Let me know how y'all feel. Make sure y'all stay woke out here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I upload on my channel. DM me lit videos to react to and tell a friend to tell a friend. Today ain't your mama, today Uncle Joey still up, mom. Oh, I will see you guys in the next motherfucking video. I love y'all, man. Peace. We out, baby.